Hi, Gene here with today's thought, and today's thought is for all those anti-Semitic, because that's what, well, you saw the thumbnail for this video. I'll put it up again. Here it is. By any means necessary. What that means is to get rid of Israel, and well, that's what it means. It means to destroy Israel, to replace Israel with a Palestinian state, with a 23rd Muslim state by any means necessary, which means that, well, you're seeing all these demonstrators shouting Palestine. Well, they're asking for a ceasefire. They're saying ceasefire, ceasefire, ceasefire. They're demanding a ceasefire, which is basically for the Israelis to stop. I've talked about this before, that when there's a talk of if Hamas is willing to accept a ceasefire, it means that they're losing. This is from the Quran. I'm not going to go into it, today. You can go back, watch my old videos to get the whole lowdown on it, but that's basically it. They want Hamas to win. That's basically it. They have nothing to say about the 40 babies being beheaded and dismembered, and people, 239 hostages, and you don't see them demonstrating. They're saying free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine, but you don't hear anything. Free the hostages, free the hostages, free the hostages. And keep in mind that some of those hostages are our people, Americans. Americans are being held hostages, and you have these demonstrators not calling to free even the American hostages. And this just goes back to reinforces the point that another point I made in another video, that the same people who hate Israel, they hate America. And they don't care about what happens to the American hostages or any of the hostages. They want to destroy Israel. And what they're really lacking in, and this is my thought today, is an appreciation for irony. Now I'm going to go out. This is going to seem like a tangent, but bear with me. It'll all make sense in the end. But let's go back to, look at Germany today. Okay, does anybody deny that Germany is a free country today? It was occupied by us and three other countries. The Allies occupied it for 40 years. So all this talk about, that's another tangent we could go off on. This talk about complaining about occupation. We occupied Germany for 40 years, and we still have troops there. I'm going to talk about this more later. But we still have military base in Germany, and since we're talking about ironies, now they fought a war with us. Now they don't want those soldiers to leave because what they contribute to the German economy. And as I said, I don't want to get off on a tangent. The point I'm making is, and say, bear with me on this, Germany is free today, no doubt about it. Germany is free, but there was a time when Germany was not free under the Nazis. And we saw what it did to the country. It was devastated. The whole country. I mentioned in an earlier thought, when the Allies bombed Germany, we killed 800,000 civilians and another 150,000 when we invaded. And that's hypocrisy, I guess, complaining if Israel harms a hair on one head of a civilian, behind which a terrorist, Hamas terrorist, or Palestinian Islamic Jihad terrorist is hiding. But the point is that Germany was not free before 1945, from about 1932 to 1945, and it's free today. Now, what happened between then and now? What happened to free Germany, what happened was, as I said, we went to war against Germany. We invaded Germany. We removed the Nazis, and then Germany was free. And the devastation, where you can, I'm not going to take the time to put them up, because I'm working, I'm rushed, but you can go, you've seen pictures of Germany right after the war, the bombed out, the devastation that occurred to Germany. Now, just like Gaza today. But Germany today, it's a strong economic power. Actually, I just read they're just on the verge of passing Japan to be the third largest economy in the world after China and us, or us first, then China and Japan, but soon it's going to be us, China, and then Germany. So they're free and prosperous, and it's because we invaded and removed the Nazis. So now we get to these Israel haters, Jew haters that are supporting Hamas, and they're shouting, "Free Gaza, free Gaza, free Gaza." Well, it's being freed. It's being freed right now, and who is freeing them? The Israelis. The Israelis are freeing Gaza. They're going to remove Hamas, and then they're going to bring in, and they've made very clear they no longer want to be responsible. They don't want to be an occupying power. That's one of the goals of this war. They do not want day-to-day responsibility for governing, for running Gaza. They want to bring in probably Palestinian Authority, the PA, they already said, they're in Judea and Samaria. They don't want to come back. So it's not going to be them, and the Israelis don't want. That would be a big mistake anyways, but probably some kind of an international consortium and I would suggest that it would be, I've mentioned this before, the Emirates and Dubai and the Saudis and all these people who are contributing money to Gaza that Hamas was appropriating to build tunnels, terror tunnels, and to build rockets and to attack Israel and to bring upon them a reprisal, the bombing. But this is going to be the last time. But with the place secure, with Hamas out of there, that money will go where it's supposed to go. It will be spent on what it's supposed to be spent. And Gaza, looking forward, and this is the point I wish the Israelis would make, and I wish that the Israelis would make to Dubai and the Emirates at least, and to start planning the aftermath of the war, to start planning the rebuilding, and they could start publicizing now, so we know, so all these people who are hating on Israel and they can see this planning happening right before their eyes. The whole world can see planning for the aftermath, for the rebuilding of Gaza and the opening of trade between Israel and Gaza, because and it's true in Judea and Samaria too. This Palestinian state they're always talking, they would be completely dependent on Israel. It's not, no such state would be viable by itself. And because being surrounded by all these other states, they're going to depend on Israel. Hopefully someday they'll have a very vibrant economy and they will be more on their feet, but not have an army. That's important. No army. But to let people see what the future, see the funding, see the planning taking place, I would like to see right now for how Gaza will be rebuilt. But for all that to happen, Hamas has to be gone, and they're going to be gone, and the people who are going to make them gone are the Israelis. The Israelis. So when you say free Gaza, that's Israel is doing it. Israel's freeing Gaza, and then we'll see the results in Gaza, and then we can pray for Israel to free Palestine, which there's never been a country called Palestine. They want to call it Palestine. They call it whatever the heck they want. Call it Gene, if they want to name it after me. I don't mind. But anyways, that's my thought for today. Thanks for stopping by. If you could subscribe, that would really be great. Share this video with anyone you think would benefit from it. But most of all, come back and see me again. We'd love to see all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.